Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back to the last candle review of the day, and we are ending with Nest Madagascar Vanilla. If you missed my earlier reviews, I will link those in the description box down below. I shared my thoughts on the latest Kringle Reserve candles in sweet cream as well as sprinkled macarons. So again, check those out in the description box after this video here if you are so inclined. But let's discuss Nest Madagascar Vanilla. First of all, I do own the Nest Madagascar Vanilla perfume oil. I will say the two smell very similar. So if you're gonna ask me if they are the same, I feel like they kind of are. So if you sometimes, like I will say this in videos sometimes, like, if this candle scent was available in like a perfume or like a body spray or something, I'd be all over it. In this case, you can have that. So anyway, I will go ahead and link the Madagascar vanilla oil in the description box down below, as well as a link to where you can purchase the candle as well. I purchased both from my local Sephora. I purchased this candle during the last fall savings event that happened this past November, and ended up saving the candle for January because I thought this is probably going to be a great transitional scent, and it is definitely that for sure. So if you're kind of struggling with what to burn during the month of January or February, I feel like vanilla is a pretty safe bet. And this one is just really pretty because it's not necessarily a super gourmand vanilla, but it's a really, really beautiful one. So anyway, let's get into it, you guys. So this is obviously a Nest one-wick candle. The one-wick candles are 8.1 ounces. And what's interesting is that, like, I have tried to find this like for a while now. I feel like they used to have on the I'm looking at here's the box. This is the packaging that you get. I feel like they used to mention what type of wax they used, but I'm just not seeing that on here anymore. But I do very clearly remember reading in the past that they use a coconut wax. It might be like a coconut wax blend, but I feel like it's definitely a softer wax formulation. Now, the only Nest candles that I really have the best luck with in terms of the overall burn quality from start to finish are the Nest one-wick candles. Anytime that I have tried one of their three-wick candles, halfway through, for whatever reason, and it's every single scent that I've ever tried, the candle gets really dirty from the, I feel like it's probably the carbon from the wicks that they use. It just seems to fall back into the wax formula. And after that happens for a few burns, it does really start to affect the fragrance itself. And so for me, I've personally decided that the Nest three-wick and beyond is just gonna be a pass for me. But I will definitely always purchase these Nest one-wick candles because these definitely do the very best. Now, there is the occasional one that will get a little bit dirty or sooty, but it's not the norm like it is for the three-wick candles. And believe me, like, I've tried everything to get them to not get that dirty and gross looking. I'm pretty knowledgeable at this point about proper candle burning and candle care. So, you know, I trim my wicks. I'd even gotten to the point with the three wicks where I was wiping the wicks with like a little piece of paper towel to try to remove the excess carbon residue prior to even lighting it. But it just, the wicks just seem to deteriorate on those, and I don't understand why, but it just doesn't happen with these one wicks. So anyway, this is the format that I'm sticking with, and let's go ahead and read through the fragrance description here. This particular scent actually reminds me a lot of the Henry Bendel Vanilla Bean. So if you're a big fan of that particular scent, and obviously Henry Bendel is, they're no longer really around. But if you love that vanilla bean, I think you're really gonna like this one. All right, so capture the allure of Madagascar's rich landscape with the warm essence of vanilla bean, the subtle floralcy, I don't know why that word is hard for me, subtle floralcy of vanilla orchid, and a hint of coconut. So the fragrance notes here are pretty simple, but I have to tell you, they're just spot on. You smell that really beautiful, rich, I don't want to say gourmand because this is a vanilla bean that doesn't really smell gourmand. And the reason that it doesn't is because it very much has a floral component from that orchid note in there. But it smells warm. It still smells cozy, but without necessarily smelling like a foodie type scent. And there is absolutely 100% at the base of this fragrance, a really beautiful, again, not really edible, but also quite authentic, like coconut meat type note, right? Like the inside of the coconut when you, scrape that out and toast it. I'm not saying this smells toasted, but like when you scrape out the inside of a coconut and you have that delicious coconut meat, if you ever stick your nose in that, like I feel like that is what I'm smelling here at the base of this scent. So it takes like a few notes that could very easily just be like gourmand, and it turns them into something that is very unique and beautiful, but not necessarily edible smelling. But I do really like how this particular more floral vanilla is playing with the gourmand candles that I've paired it with. So I have burned this alongside Homeworks Vanilla Bean Macaron, which was so lovely. I'm also currently today burning this, just because I'm doing all of these reviews in one day, I'm burning it alongside the Kringle Reserve sprinkled macarons, as well as the Kringle Reserve sweet cream. And oh man, this trio is so good. Again, this one here is not gourmand, but it's playing really well alongside those other two gourmand scents. I feel like this is the type of candle that you could basically pair with whatever else you have going. And it's gonna make it more interesting and unique in terms of what you're smelling overall. I love this. Now, I will say, I think in terms of the strength and throw, this one could use a little oomph. Typically with these Nest 1 wick candles, I get a pretty solid like medium strength and throw. You know, they're 1 wick, so I have learned over the years to sort of like level my expectations about what I'm going to get out of a candle of a certain size. But typically I get a little bit more out of these Nest 1 wicks. It is a vanilla, so I think automatically that can make it just a little bit lighter. But this one is definitely only about like, I would say like a 6 out of 10 in terms of strength and throw. And that is only when I have it in a candle sleeve or in a hurricane. On its own, it's really more of like a 5 in terms of strength and even a little bit lower in terms of throw. Now, despite that, I really do actually see myself repurchasing this one because it's lovely in like the smaller areas of our home. So I've had this in my upstairs master bedroom, and up there it smells a lot more, I guess you could say, potent than the downstairs. In the downstairs of this house, we have very high ceilings and it's much more of an open concept style. But the upstairs, the rooms are a lot more divided. The ceiling is much lower, and I definitely get more out of this particular fragrance up there. I love the performance up there. I would put it at more of like And again, I still have to have it in like a hurricane type situation, but it's definitely more of like I would say 7 out of 10 in terms of strength, at least. It doesn't travel as far because again, things are much more closed off up there, but the strength definitely increases when I have a lower ceiling situation. So, I really love this scent. I think it's incredibly well done. And I think until I can get my hands on more of the Henry Bendel Vanilla Bean, this is kind of, I guess, my next best option. I don't love the price point, but I only purchase Nest candles when I can get them at some kind of a discount. So bare minimum, they have to at least be 20% off. Nest is kind of famous for raising the prices of their candles every single year. And sometimes it's a $1 jump, but there were a couple times where I think it jumped like $2. And I'm just referring to these 1 wick. I'm not sure. I didn't really pay attention to the pricing of the larger candles, but I still think that at this point, I'm not sure that much past $48 at like regular retail price is or should be a possibility. I don't know. I think if the strength and throw increases significantly on the 1 wicks, then maybe I could see that. But where most of them like currently kind of stand for the most part, I think that $48 is definitely where like where the stopping point is, at least for me personally. I don't mind spending money on a nicer, more luxury type candle. In fact, I do want to get into trying at least a couple of luxury brands this year. But I do expect a lot more in terms of performance for that increased price point. So I think we're kind of at the top of the range here for what we're getting. But that being said, I still love this scent. I love the way that it plays with the other fragrances that I've paired it with. And it's just a good basic staple, right? Let me know your thoughts on Madagascar Vanilla. I would definitely like to know what your guys' experiences are as well. So leave that down below in the comments. I will go ahead and link this in a few places in the description box down below. I don't think there are really any sales right now on Nest candles anywhere, but if I can find something, I will definitely link it on sale. Otherwise, for me, this is something that I would pick up again either in the spring when Sephora has their next sale. I am still rouge for this year at least, so I kind of feel like I will probably maybe pick up another one of these in April when the spring sale comes around, and again in the fall for the November sale. But yeah. Also, the Nest website. You can also get these on sale on the Nest website periodically. Usually, I find that they hold the bulk of their sales around the holidays, so be sure to sign up for their emails. I think when you first sign up for their emails, they give you like 15% off, but that will at least give you notifications if they are doing a 20 or 25% off sale. So anyway, you guys, there you go. Those are my thoughts on the Nest Madagascar Vanilla. I love it. And yeah, it smells just like the perfume. So if you have the perfume and you want your house to also smell like that fragrance, pick this one up. You're going to really enjoy it. So thanks so much for taking the time to be here. I appreciate you guys so much. Let me know if you have any questions. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.